Hey everybody, this is Keith from Indie Comics Relay, and I'm back with another comic review. But before I get into that, let me just give you guys a reminder that my Indiegogo for the Mighty Mascots brand new storyline, Bite the Dust, is still going on at Indiegogo right now. It's got about 5 days left at this point, and we've already hit our goal, which is great. But anything we make any more money we make, we'll just go to making more issues. So if you like the series, please consider backing us, and we hope you do. All right. So the review I'm doing this week is the first issue of That Texas Blood from Image Comics. It was written by Chris Condon with artwork by Jacob Phillips. I gotta say, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. The comic was easy to get through, it was a breeze to read, but at the end of it, I felt like nothing really happened. It was a lot of setup and world building, which is fine, it was good enough that I want to see the next issue. It is basically about a police officer who's just hit his 70th birthday, and he's the sheriff of this Texas town, which is it's got a lot of cliched things, everybody knows everybody, and there's a neighbor who's an alcoholic who beats his wife, and all the kind of Texas cliches, I guess. Like there's even a part where he goes on a police call to kill a rattlesnake on somebody's porch, so, and then stops at the convenience store to talk to the buddy behind the counter, things like that. It reminded me a lot of No Country for Old Men, or even the beginning of From Dusk Till Dawn, where the sheriff goes into the convenience store. It just reminded me a lot of those moments. And it's funny because in the back of the issue, the author, Chris Condon, talks a little bit about the comic and the influences of it and everything else. And he mentioned that That Texas Blood was originally a screenplay that they were shopping around to Hollywood for either a movie or a TV show. And you can definitely see that when you read the comic, because it feels like the first 10 minutes of a movie where you're kind of just getting the lay of the land, but nothing really happens. There's a couple moments in it that I'm not going to spoil, that will intrigue you to kind of want to see what the next issue is going to bring. One thing I will say is Chris Condon, this is his first time writing a comic book, and he actually is really good as far as dialogue goes and just laying it out. I think, it probably could have benefited more from being written like a comic where, there's like a cliffhanger ending or something like that. It had a little more with the page turns and things like that. But overall, not a bad first effort, for a new writer. So, and then to talk about the artwork, Jacob Phillips, who is the son of Sean Phillips, who does a lot of comic work with Ed Brubaker, and they do a lot of stuff for Image, like Criminal and Fatale, a few other ones. I think they're the permanent working team together, But I gotta say, Jacob Phillips is really good artist as well. His style is very similar to Sean Phillips, which is interesting, But I really liked it. He's a good storyteller. You can tell everything that's happening, what's going on. And if you flip through it, and ignore all the dialogue, you can still kind of see the story there. So that's always how I judge an artist, if they're very good with conveying across the action of the story. So yeah, he's definitely a solid artist. I would say if you like stuff like No Country for Old Men, or like, it looks like it's going to be a cop drama, but like a noir in Texas, and they're kind of using Texas as like trying to make it like kind of a spooky place, I guess. So if that sounds appealing to you, I would recommend this. Like I said, it was a mixed bag of a first issue. It was more setup than anything else. So, but I think I'm definitely going to check the second one out and then decide from there if I want to continue with it. The other thing that was interesting, in the back, they have a preview for Ed Brubaker's and Sean Phillips' Pulp, which I guess is a graphic novel coming out. And that looks like this their first shot at doing something like in a Western kind of style. So I definitely want to check that out when that comes out. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'd say, check it out if that's your thing. If not, I would say wait for the trade, because I think like 5 issues of this that'll probably have something going on. At least I hope. So maybe I'll review the next few issues, or the next issue anyways, just to see if I continue with it. But all right, well, that's it for this week's comic reviews. I will be back next Wednesday with my good buddy Johnny C, and we'll be doing another indie creator interview. We're going to start doing those Wednesday night. We're still trying to land in on a time. We're looking at we've been doing them 8 o'clock, but I think we might try to move them to 9 so we can hook more people. But I got to talk to Johnny about that and see if we can get that done. But all right, yeah. So this is Keith from Indie Comics Relay. I am signing off, and have a great one.